Awesome.
Thank you.
Take care.
My spoken word kind of stuff has really been the one thing that these kids, no matter where I go, like freak out over. So a lot of people have been telling me to just do a lot of videos for that, post it on Instagram, YouTube, and all of that. And again, with the quality, like I'm just, I'm worried.
That's why you're struggling.
Okay.
You've put quality, your personal subjective quality on a pedestal. It is such a cliche reason people struggle.
Okay.
You're gonna have to jump into the pool and just see what happens. In the same way at a macro level, writing the book itself, you've gotta basically do the same thing with social.
Okay.
There's no piece of content with bad enough lighting, with bad enough quality, there's no piece of content that's gonna take you down.
Okay. So it doesn't really matter about the lighting.
Nobody cares about your brand positioning in real life. Do you know what I mean? Like you are what you are. Your brand you're a human.
Right.
You're not a bottled water.
Right.
Whatever you put out is your actual brand positioning.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah, definitely.
So I think you're treating yourself too much like a product.
Okay.
And I think that's inevitably hurting you.
Okay.
And it's hurting you not because of the authenticity of the content, but because of the utter lack of content.
Right.
Like 4 to 5, 6 times a week on Instagram is for what your ambition is, and the fact that your target audience, at least in the beginning, was younger, is just not anywhere close to enough.
Okay, that's very helpful. And then in terms of like Twitter and Facebook and Snapchat, several times a day as well?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, and Twitter's awesome because you can just search people's conversations and engage in them. Have you used Twitter search? Have you searched bullying or other social justice issues?
I have, yeah.
Twitter's a cocktail party. You can interject yourself into every and any conversation.
For sure.
And you should.
Okay.
The others are more content, CMSs, and you put out content. But I highly recommend that.
I was doing a lot of research on Vayner Talent and like all of the amazing things that you guys do. And I was wondering, at what point in a person's career do you suggest like approaching
something like that?
Yeah, because I know it's,
I mean,
to
me it's when you can afford to invest $25,000 a month into, we built it because we think it's best in class, and I do think it is, and I think it will inevitably be commoditized. Like I think more people will realize its value and more people will do it, and more people won't have the overhead costs that I have. So I'm sure it'll come down in price over time, but like you should be, so for me, the way to really win is to have a pillar, right? Book is a pillar, but it's a historic pillar. To me, a new age pillar is either a vlog or a podcast, and you should have one or the other, period. Like to me, ironically, actually it's the first time I'm saying this, to me, ironically, if you do not have a vlog or a podcast right now, you're just leaving an enormous amount of opportunity. To me, I guess I'm hedging, but like to me, it's you become vulnerable to not being relevant. Like you need to have both of them, one of them, or you need to be an actual celebrity. Like to me, it's the only thing that equals having a television show or being an actor or actress, or like it's a pillar. You need a pillar. Otherwise, your social media content is backdating into something, or it's rando. Got it?
So posting like spoken word raps and stuff is not as relevant necessarily as vlog.
I like it because spoken, like it can, I mean, if you put that, I think if people, when I hear that that's what people are reacting to, like, maybe, either one of two things. Either you do a vlog, first person, more like Casey, less like me, and you do a spoken word rap in it at some point, or I think it's a great content pillar, but you should put out one can you put out one every day? Yeah, so that's why I like documenting, or
so do like 2 a week and vlogs the rest of the time.
Correct. And just documenting. The reason I like documenting or vlogging is you don't have to do anything other than live your life. The reason I like podcasts is you don't have to do anything other than interviewing somebody. So that's the key. The key is to put yourself in a position where you can create volume. So many more young people get involved in nonprofits now, start them, and then they hit 29, 32, 34, and they're like, wait a minute, I'd like to make money. Wait a minute, I'd like to do this. And they have guilt, and they have, and And I always tell them, like, you've done more for bullying already than 99.999% of people.
Oh, I guess my last kind of question to you would be two parts in that as I'm like in the beginning and I'm making mistakes and I, would love to go to a place like where you're at one day, and I'm wondering, one, how to continue to monetize something that is not directly in the business world, it's like kind of non-profity. Even though I've done so thus far, I'm trying to find new ways. And then the other aspect, just like in general, any advice that you have for someone in my position, trying to climb that ladder and figure out new innovative ways.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to reverse engineer what you want. So you have to make a decision between legacy and financial, and that changes all the time.
Sure.
You need financial more in the beginning always, right? The way to monetize are always through content, access, and services or product. So the tried and true ways to make money exist. So as you know, like, you didn't know this, I didn't know this, speaking can be very lucrative. So you could do just fine continuing to put out content, whether in book form, video form, blog form, podcast form, Instagram form, and then just speak. If you have the ability to speak, which clearly if you're still doing it, you do.
Yes.
I mean, you can make 6 figures very easily speaking, which is very good, especially at 21. So I think that, I assume with all this, are there opportunities to write another book and getting a better advance? There's that. I mean, look, I always tell people, build your brand, because your brand becomes the halo on everything. You get paid more for speaking, you get paid more for books. There's opportunities coming to me that I never could have imagined because my brand is out there, right? So I think
through the vlogging and putting
the podcast, the blog, public speaking, interviews, just attention arbitrage, right?
Yeah.
So my biggest advice is to deploy patience, because you're so young. You've had a lot happen in a quick period of time. You need to contextualize how much a year and a half or how much 21 years is in the overall macro of your life.
Yes.
And then that slows you down and you start making better decisions.
Yeah, exactly. It's that patience that's the key.
It's the hardest.
Oh, yeah.
But you got to decide what you want. Do you want to act? Do you want to make $40 million? Do you want to buy a football team? Do you want to start a nonprofit? Do you want to milk it and then start a family? Like, what do you want to do?
Right.
Or at least what do you believe you want to do right now?
Yeah.
And then all your decisions should be based on that.
Okay. Do you suggest making like a plan for the scope of?
I mean, I think everybody does their own thing. I never did. I made one kind of like, I want to be a very successful entrepreneur and I want other people to like know who I am, and that's what I've done. Yeah. And I want them to know who I am because I feel like I have something good to give.
Absolutely.
And I think that builds real legacy.
Okay.
That's why I take random meetings like this.
Yeah, thank you.
You just provide value,
I read that you said, you take all the meetings, all the interviews, even if it gets one hit and one view.
Yeah, I mean, that's what
I
did that for years. Years.
Yeah.
I never thought I was fancy. I still don't think I'm fancy,
Absolutely.
So, I think so.
Yeah. Thank
Cool.
you so
You're welcome so much. Where were you born? Thank you.
I was born in New York and then I moved to California, but I'm Russian.
Is that right?
I am.
Ty говоришь по-русски?
I don't speak Russian.
But you understand it at all?
Tiny bit.
Tiny bits from.
Yeah.
Were your parents born there?
My grandparents were.
Your grandparents.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And my dad speaks Russian.
Awesome. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Awesome. Such a pleasure.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Can I take a picture?
Sure, of course.